Dr. Mark Perlmutter, please come up. Dr. Mark Perlmutter, we proudly recognize your extraordinary commitment to your patients, students, and colleagues as you work to positively impact individuals, communities, and the world. Since graduating from Tufts University School of Medicine in 1984, you've become a leader in emergency medicine. You've served as president of the Massachusetts College of Emergency Physicians and are currently vice president and chair, Network Emergency Services at the Stewart Medical Group. Your contributions at the local, state, national, and international levels have been recognized by numerous awards. You are a learning community advisor, serving as a role model to 15 students each year. You served for many years on two of the most time-consuming and mission-critical medical school committees, the Curriculum Committee and the Admissions Committee. As the current chair of the Student Evaluation, Promotions, and Ethics Committee, your fairness and thoughtful approach helps guide your faculty colleagues through sensitive and challenging issues. You've been a driving force behind the integration of early clinical exposure and public service with medical education, hallmarks of a Tufts Medical School education. You were instrumental in developing the Sherwood Project, a student-run health clinic serving our most vulnerable populations. Since 1997, you've served as the course director for the Selectives program, which provides a critical early connection between basic science coursework and clinical settings. You spearheaded the pivotal collaboration between Tufts Medical School and the Tisch College of Citizenship and Public Service to establish community service learning. You now direct the signature program, which exemplifies the university's commitment to active citizenship. 2 weeks after the devastating earthquake in 2010, you arrived in Haiti with a team of physicians. You confronted unthinkable destruction and human suffering with little infrastructure to support many days and nights of surgeries, treating patients, and comforting family members. You've since worked to build the Tufts in Haiti program, returning to Haiti each summer with a team of Tufts students who learn firsthand about healthcare disparities and hone crucial clinical communication and teamwork skills. You've steadfastly modeled service to community in its broadest and most selfless sense, and your contributions have influenced the entire Tufts community. We are deeply indebted to you, and the Tufts University Alumni Association is honored to present you with the 2016 Tufts Alumni Distinguished Service Award. Congratulations.
Thank you, Kate. I sit and listen to those remarks, and I wish I were as young as some others up here. That's over a span of 30 plus years. So it is somewhat awkward to be standing in front of so many luminaries, academicians, and mentors, and other honorees for this service award. I am truly humbled by that. And I'd like to mention how grateful I am to President Monaco and Tufts to provide me an opportunity to fulfill my professional dreams as a physician, clinician, a student mentor, administrator, and frankly, a continuous service learning student. I'd like to thank the many folks who, without the support and guidance over the years, I would not be here today. Thanks to the nomination committee of the Alumni Association, Dean Berman, and nominating me here today, the Office of Educational Affairs, Donna Merrick, who's been alongside me for 20 plus years, Dean Alan Solomon and Mindy Nuremberg of the Tisch School for providing the administrative support in the guise of Jennifer Greer Morrissey, who is here also today, and as well as the funding for global work in Haiti. I'd especially like to thank my family. Probably one of the proudest people in this room right now is my father, who was able to make it here to see this, and I am so grateful and thankful that he is here today. Love you, Dad. And my lovely and supportive wife, Madeline, who also joined me, and my son, who is here from University of Virginia, my daughter, Jacqueline, all of whom have supported me in so many ways. Special shout out and recognition to all the wonderful students I've had the opportunity to mentor and learn from over the past 30 years, and some of whom have shown up this evening for this event. You guys are what this all is about, so thank you. So I matriculated in Tufts in the early 80s, and although I didn't realize it at the time, what I found just beneath the surface of a traditional curriculum was an opportunity to be part of an inclusive culture of change through educational and curricular redesign. I was, and I still remain, impressed how students can participate in enriching both the didactic and extracurricular experience for fellow and future students. Tufts at the time had just experimented with introducing the clinical selectives program, whereby students were given an opportunity to test drive career exploration. I was able to advocate for expansion of this and was later asked to be the course director after completing my postgraduate training, a position I still hold today after 30 years. At the time, I was also able to embed an experimental, if you will, community service program into the selectives course. It was one of the first programs in the country that incorporated service learning and civic engagement into a medical school's curriculum. This program has dramatically evolved and matured, now a requirement throughout the continuum of the entire 4 years, and supported by the Tisch School of Civic Life. Besides creating the student-run Sherwood Free Clinic, and other successful rotations include a KICS program, whereby students attend chemotherapy sessions with kids and sit by their side. I can go on and on with so many of the amazing programs that have been incorporated into the community service program. Suffice to say that it still moves me every time I read some of the reflections. It speaks to those attributes that create and support the diverse student body that is Tufts. I've been lucky enough, and Tufts has opened itself to allow me an opportunity to participate in so many different activities. You heard many of them. I won't go into them again. But what gives me the most pride and personal satisfaction is my engagement in teaching and mentorship of students. Being recognized by students is perhaps the greatest accolade a teaching mentor can be given, and receiving a Tufts Teaching Award by students in the past was truly a highlight of my professional career. So I'd like to conclude my remarks with some comments about the Tufts in Haiti program. I did have an opportunity to lead what started out as a 30-member team and grew to a 75-member steward-based clinical team. We actually arrived day 6 or 7 after the earthquake in 2010. And we found ourselves in a desperate and warlike ravaged country. We were based at a largely intact 75-bed hospital, which literally overnight expanded to 700 patients. This experience was life-changing for me. It was exhausting. It was emotional. It also reaffirmed for me the major reason I went into medicine, and that was to utilize my skills to help a fellow human being at their most desperate time. In this sense, it was reinvigorating, and I do want to show you at the conclusion of my remarks a brief video clip that ABC Nightline chronicled, spending 2.5 days with me on site. But before I do that, I do want to comment on how Tufts really fits into this. Because when I returned, and after going through some decompression, I was asked to meet with a Tufts Haiti interest group at the medical school. And therein began the seeds of a Tufts in Haiti program, where now each year several Tufts medical students and other students spend 8 weeks under the tutelage of Tufts faculty and alumni, working within hospital clinics and participating in public health projects in surrounding communities, alongside Haitian local physicians, community health service agents, and traditional birth attendants. It's quite remarkable. And as a result, I'm proud to say that over the past 6 years, students and faculty have authored 8 publications, presided over 20 poster presentations, and publicly presented at 11 global health conferences. This I'm especially proud of. Each year, one of my biggest challenges is recruiting high-quality clinical staff. I generally need 15 to 20 faculty, and a few years ago it occurred to me that I should approach the Alumni Association of Tufts. And the president at the time sent out a letter soliciting volunteers. In the first year I received 60 applicants. This was unbelievably remarkable, and it speaks about the curricular service engagement of Tufts faculty and alumni, and for that I feel a portion of my service award is really shared by all. Thank you very, very much for this extraordinary honor. And I do want to show you a brief video, if I can, that was part of ABC Nightline. Chopper up, Chopper North. Mike in triage, you got a phone, please? So I don't know what numbers are coming, but we'll let you know. Yeah, triage, come in, triage. Middle-aged woman with a pelvic fracture, external fixation, diabetic. We've had open fractures of some of the long bones, tib fibs. We've had some serious burns. We've had some extensive, severe wound infections. So these are our patients who arrived from yesterday. And many of them are pre-op. Some of them were just waiting to get them into a room today. They did sleep out here last night. Bonjour, bonjour. So this is a converted schoolroom. You can see the chalkboard. Here's OR number 3. This is our intensive care unit, and you can see we got brand new monitors which we brought up with us. We now can actually give similar care to what we might provide up in the United States in terms of monitoring these patients, which is a dramatic improvement in the way they used to be treated. So she has a wound that's still 2.5 weeks now. She has a fractured jaw, but she also has a mandible that you can see. And we are bringing in some maxillofacial surgeons who are scheduled to arrive tomorrow. We took a picture of this, and they helped guide some of the therapy for now.
It's 9:10. We haven't started surgery yet because the oxygen tank's out. We're going to debride it. Better turn it off. Better turn it off. Try not to do stuff like this. We're going to debride the burn and do a skin graft. We won't get the whole thing done today, but we'll at least clean it up.
The infection has taken control, and she is scheduled for amputation of her mid-right arm. Interestingly, a lot of these folks have become very comfortable here and have actually refused to move to some alternative sites that we've identified, and that's been very frustrating. I think one of the reasons is that they're actually receiving exceptionally good care here. They're generally well fed.
The mom is dead.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
Écoute papa. The dad is dead too.
You know, there's something about being here where you're just always on the go. Your adrenaline's always going, and you don't have a chance to really absorb what you've experienced. So this again is an example of some local townspeople here. You wouldn't have known it, but they're actually just strangers who have come to take care of these kids.
Ça marche.